Let me start with a question that might hit a little too close to home. Do you ever walk through life feeling like everything affects you? Louder, deeper, sharper than it seems to affect everyone else. And instead of people understanding you, they say things like, you're overthinking it, or you're too sensitive, or the timeless classic, just let it go, as if your brain didn't already try that 12 times before breakfast. If you felt that in your chest, listen carefully, because if you struggle with this, you're probably an INFJ. And today we're going to unpack exactly what this is, why it happens, and why it makes you one of the rarest psychological patterns on Earth. I'm Lisa Nahr, author of Inside the Mind of an INFJ, and let's dive into something most INFJs carry in silence: the painful, confusing, beautiful complexity of a mind that feels like it came preloaded with extra emotional software the world isn't running. Here's the truth no one says out loud. INFJs struggle with internal storms that look calm on the outside. You seem collected, thoughtful, quiet, but your inner world is like a 47-tab browser with emotional analytics running in the background. You're not overwhelmed because you're weak. You're overwhelmed because your brain notices everything. Every tone, shift, emotional ripple, pattern, possibility, and hidden motive. Let's break down the this that INFJs struggle with. You struggle with absorbing emotions that aren't yours. You struggle with knowing something is wrong before anyone says it. You struggle with being the emotional anchor for people who never anchor you back. You struggle with caring deeply in a world that values convenience over connection. You struggle with wanting honesty but receiving half answers. You struggle with masking your real thoughts because you've learned people can't handle them. You struggle with loneliness even when you're surrounded by people. You struggle with the pressure of being the strong one while silently breaking. You struggle with seeing multiple layers of truth but being expected to respond on just one. If those sentences didn't just describe your entire emotional history, then keep watching, because what I'm about to explain may finally make your life make sense. One of the biggest struggles INFJs face is something called high empathic load. Your brain is wired with elevated sensitivity in the social emotional network. This means you don't just notice feelings, you process them. You don't just sense tension, you absorb it. You don't just observe people, you understand them on a level that feels almost psychic. And here's the painful twist: the world praises empathy, but punishes people who feel too much of it. Let me tell you a story you'll relate to. An INFJ once said, "I can tell how someone feels by the way they say my name." That's not a superpower. That's your brain running emotional pattern recognition faster than most people run their phones. Here's where the humor comes in. INFJs can sense when someone is upset faster than that person can sense they're upset. That's why INFJs often get the "how did you know" glare. Meanwhile, your intuition is like, "Ma'am, I detected it 7 sentences ago." Now let's talk about another struggle, the INFJ conflict between wanting deep connection and needing deep solitude. INFJs crave emotional intimacy, not the cheap surface-level kind, but the real soul-level connection that feels like both people took off the mask. But you also need silence, like some people need caffeine, too much stimulation, too many people, too much noise, too much energy, and your entire system shuts down like someone unplugged your emotional power supply. INFJs don't get tired of people, we get tired of personality fragments. This brings us to the next big INFJ struggle: masking. You adapt your personality based on the emotional environment because your intuition picks up on what people expect. But this leads to identity fatigue, the psychological exhaustion of performing a version of yourself that isn't fully you. If you've ever walked away from an interaction thinking, "Why did I act like that?" or "That didn't feel like me," welcome to the INFJ experience. Now let's go deeper, literally into your prefrontal cortex. INFJ brains are wired for narrative meaning. Every experience is interpreted through symbolism, emotional resonance, future implications, and moral alignment. Meanwhile, most people interpret experiences through convenience. This mismatch is why INFJs feel different from a young age. While other kids were thinking, "Fun game," INFJs were thinking, "What does this reveal about human motivation?" Don't laugh. You know that's true. This next struggle is subtle but powerful. INFJs feel responsible for emotional harmony, not because we want control, but because we feel the emotional environment so intensely that tension feels like physical pain. So we fix things, we soothe, we mediate, we swallow our feelings, we carry burdens quietly so the room feels calm. But here's the psychological truth. You weren't designed to be the emotional custodian for everyone around you. It's not your job to keep the world balanced. Your nervous system just learned to do it for survival. And now we reach the heart of the INFJ struggle. You expect emotional depth from yourself. So you expect it from the world. But the world isn't built that way. So INFJs walk through life feeling misunderstood, underwhelmed, or alone. But I want to flip this for you. If you struggle with this, all of this, it doesn't mean you're difficult, broken, or overdramatic. It means your brain and your heart weren't built for shallow living. Your depth is not the problem. Your environment has been too shallow to match it. Let me say it plainly. You're not too sensitive. You're perceptive. You're not too emotional. You're attuned. You're not too intense. You're honest. You're not too much. You're exact. And the world hasn't learned how to meet you at your level yet. But it will, when you stop shrinking to fit people who can't swim in your depth. If this resonated with you, I want you to comment, "I struggle because I feel deeply." And if you want to go deeper into the architecture of your mind, my book, Inside the Mind of an INFJ, is available on Amazon now. It was written to help you understand the parts of your brain and heart that the world never taught you to value. Make sure you subscribe, because in the next long-form video, we're diving into emotional overload and why your INFJ brain feels everything twice. Trust me, that one will finally explain the sensitivity, intuition, and exhaustion you've been trying to decode your entire life. And remember, your struggle is not weakness. It's proof you feel what others ignore, and that's your gift.